Welcome to part 6 of Let's Play Legend of Zagor by Ian Livingstone. At the end of the last part I was on paragraph 196 and I was about to decide whether to fight and turn to 138 or explore elsewhere and turn to 357. It's been more than a week since I did a video and I can't really remember what's going on in this paragraph, so I'm going to read it again. I apologise if I've already read it at the end of the last part. I think I have, but I'm going to do it again anyway. Okay, the signs on the doors here portray Chandala, Amarillian goddess of healing, mercy and kindness. A peek through the gap between the door shows that a temple lies beyond. Once ornate and decorated with beautiful silks, linens and paintings, it is now defaced, as is so much of once proud Castle Argent. In the gloom you can make out two vaguely humanoid forms at the far end of the temple on either side of a pair of doors on a whatever. It might be French, I can't remember. On a dais behind the altar. They are unmoving, though they hold long, cruelly barbed halberds, and the stench of death is in the air. If you have a bow, you can fire an arrow at one of them and inflict 2 points of damage to its stamina with a surprise attack, but then you will be forced to fight. If you wish to fight, turn to 138, otherwise you cannot enter the temple and must explore elsewhere. You leave and head west to the northerly turning of the passageway outside in order to explore deeper inside the castle. Turn to 357. Okay, we don't have a bow because, what's his name? I can't remember. Can't remember who we are, but we're the magician, aren't we? I can't remember his name. But yeah, so we're not allowed a crossbow or longbow or anything like that. I really can't remember our name. It's been so long since I did a video. Yeah, so we're not allowed to do that because we don't have a bow. Not allowed to hold one. So we're going to turn to 138 and we're going to fight anyway. So off we go. Just before I do that, I'm just going to find out what we're called again, because I can't remember what we're called. Right. We're called Salazar, that's it. Okay, brilliant, that's our name. Okay, so 138, here we come. We're going to fight whoever it is who is carrying barbed weapons, and they're crown zombies. There they are, lovely creatures. Lovely. Okay, the undead guardians of the temple are zombies, as you suspected, but they are wearing strange copper circlets round their heads and are far more dangerous than usual. You can attack them in the normal way, or you can try to make a specific strike at the head. If you wish to do the latter, you must subtract 3 from your attack strength. However, if you do make a successful head strike, knocking off the circlet, the crown zombie will lose 2 points from its skill and 4 points from its stamina instantly. You can fight the crown zombies one at a time as you rush into the temple. Okay, now they're undead. Have we used that stuff? Yeah, I've used it. The grave dust. I used it on something, didn't I? Used it on. I didn't use it on Mungus, first name Hugh. We used it on something else, I remember, so that doesn't matter. Anyway, so we're fighting crown zombies. We can fight them one at a time, so it's just one after the other. Let's do this. So crown, what's he called? First crown zombie, second crown zombie. Let's put that. Whoops, done a thing. Exclamation point, done it again. Done something wrong again, I mean. First crown zombie. Let's just put second crown zombie in now. Second crown zombie. There we go. Okay, what's 8, 10, 8, 10? That's simple to remember. Okay, so 8, 10, and 8, 10. Now it says that if we get a head strike, we can knock off 2 skill points and 4 stamina points instantly. But what's the caveat? If I'm going for that, I have to subtract 3 from my attack strength, so it puts me at a disadvantage. Obviously, I can only do that once because they only have 1 golden copper circlet, whatever it is, on their head. knocking off the circlet. Yeah, they have a copper circlet on their head. Anyway, so my skill is, oh yeah, it went up, didn't it? New skill 11. That's quite good. Yeah, so skill is 11 now, and their skill is only 8. So in theory, there shouldn't be too much of a problem, and it's one at a time. But if I'm going for the thing, I have to decide beforehand. I think I can't just say, oh, I had a really good attack round, so now I'm going to try for the circlet. I have to decide beforehand whether I'm going to go for it. My skill is 11, their skill is 8, so I'm going to go for it for the first time, I think, 'cause then I get to knock 2 off the skill afterwards. Anyways, let's go for this. So he has skill 8, and he gets a 9. That's fantastic. That means 17 for him. Okay, 17 for him. And I have to knock 3 off mine and still win to knock the circlet off. So he gets 17. I'll write that down now, actually, because I'm likely to forget that, don't I? Okay, he gets 17. So I'm definitely going for the circlet. So I have to subtract 3 instantly. And I get 6. That's 17, of course. That means I subtract 3, which is 14. So he wins. So that's my punishment for going for the circlet. Anyway, but I'll carry on going for the circlet. There's no reason not to. I'm going to go for the circlet again. Okay, so he gets a 3. That's much better. That's 11 for him. I'll write that down just in case. I have a good opportunity to get rid of the circlet this time. And I get a 9. That's 20. Subject 3 is 17. So I went for the circlet, and that means I got 17. That means I win. That means I take 6 points of his stamina off. So, I mean 4 points. That means it goes down to 6. That's what I meant. And I knock 2 off his skill, which is quite unusual. So he's now down to 6, not 2 skill. There we go. Anyways, this should be much easier now. So he only has 6 skill now. So he gets an 8. That's 14. I get a 5. That's 16. So I'm glad I did that. 14 to 16. So that puts him down to 4 now. And again, he gets a 5. That's 11. 11, I get 21. So 11 to 21. So this is an easy fight now because I knocked the circlet off. He did get me at the start there. Okay, so he gets an 8. That's 14 again. And I get 9. That's 20. So 14 to 20. That means he's dead. Lovely. Okay, now on to the second one. Now I'm going to go for the circlet again immediately. So yeah, so he gets a 10. A 10. That's 18. I'll write that down now. So I need to get a pretty good attack round to win this, even with the circlet as well. I've already committed to knocking the circlet off, and I get a oh blimey, 12. That's 23. That's 23 because 12 plus 11 is 23. Minus the 3 is 20. Wow, I actually did that. I mean 20, yeah. So I've actually knocked the circlet off first time, even though we got a really good attack round. Yeah, so that was quite lucky. So that takes off 4 points of stamina, puts him down to 6, and puts his skill down to 6 as well. Okay, so now this is a much easier fight. Good, that was lucky. Okay, so he gets a 5, that's 11. I get a 4, that's 15. So 11 to 15. And that means he's down to 4. Okay, he gets a 9, that's 15. I get a 3, that's 14. 15 to 14, he actually wins. He gets revenge for my knocking the circlet off. Oh, yeah, it's me taking off, isn't it? It's taken off me this time. So 18, there we go. Okay, so let's continue with this. Okay, he gets a 5, that's 11. I get a 7, that's 18. So 11 to 18. That's down to 2 now. 1 more, and then he's mine. Okay, 4, that's 10. I get 9, that's 20. So 10 to 20, he is finished. And that's the end of the second crown zombie. Lovely. Did I kill this one? 1, 2... Yeah, that was the first one. Then he beat me. So that put him down to 6, that one. And then that's when he beat me. Then I had 3 attack. 1, I beat him there, and there. Yeah, so I must have taken him out because, yeah, I must have forgotten to put the naught in. Never mind. Yeah, because there are 5 attack rounds there. The first one, he actually won. So that took something off me. The second one I won, so that got him down to 4. That was circlet. And then I won all the rest of them. So next one took him down to 4. Next one took him down to 2. The last one took him down to 0. Yeah, I should have written that down. Never mind. Missed something out there. Didn't put the comma in there. Lovely. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Blimey. What am I doing? Oh yeah, getting rid of the buzzing. That's what I wanted to do. Right, get rid of the buzzing. Good. Okay, so we've killed the crown zombies, and that's that. If you win, you hear a rumpus coming from behind the doors the crown zombies were guarding. Orcish voices are raised in alarm. You can also hear a man's terrified voice. The orcs are clearly preparing to fight. You have 3 choices. You can attack at once, opening one of the doors, turn to 283. No, I mean, you can attack at once, opening one of the doors, turn to 283. There we go. Alternatively, you can perform. Pardon me. Alternatively, you can perform one action, such as forcing some provisions down or quaffing a potion. Then open the door to attack the orcs, turn to 362. Lastly, you can decide that another fight straight away is just too dangerous, and turn on your heel to search elsewhere, to search somewhere else, down to the far eastern end of the passageway outside, turn to 3. Okay, we are going to we're going to open one of the doors and attack at once. So turn to 283. We're not going to eat some provisions and make ourselves sick by forcing them down, giving ourselves heartburn or indigestion. Anyway, 283. So we're going to do that. Okay, yeah, so if I hadn't knocked one of the circlets off there, one of the things would have attacked me, would have won that, because this second crown zombie here, it was 14, I mean it was, yeah, so I won that one, and I won that one. Yeah, so the skill would have been higher, would have been 2 points higher, so it would have been more dodgy, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I think I was close on one of them. Anyway, you force open one of the doors inside the temple and find 2 orcs clad in part armor with weapons readied. One of them turns to face you while the other stands over the cowering body of a terrified middle-aged man dressed in white robes and lying prone on the floor. One of the orcs lets fall a crystal vial of liquid he was clearly just about to drink. You have to fight, but make a note that if you win the combat here, you will be able to take this vial of liquid. It is a magical potion of invisibility and can be drunk immediately before any one combat. Its effects last for the duration of the combat, and during this time you can subtract 2 from the attack strength of your enemies. Only 2, since they cannot see you easily. This does not work against Zagor or any dragon. Okay, let's just put that in, because I'm going to win the fight, so I might as well write this down now. What are we doing? Yeah, I'll start a new line. Okay. Potion of invisibility. There we go. I like to read it out as I spell it. Then I know how to. Then I know how to spell it. I know how to spell it anyway, but it helps me to type it out. And I'll put use before one combat. Subtracting 2 from the opponent's attack strength. Semicolon won't work against Zagor or any dragon. There we go. New line. Brilliant. Okay. I didn't put the thing in, did I? Oh yes, I did. Good. I did put the other parenthesis in. Right. What am I doing? Now, if you want to attack the orc facing you, turn to 35. If you want to attack the second orc, you can do so, but the first orc will get in a free blow against you as you force your way past him, so you must lose 2 stamina points. If you decide to attack the second orc anyway, turn to 177. Right, what are we doing? We are going to attack the second orc. You know, they put that in for a reason. Yeah, it works out better. So we're going to subtract 2 stamina points immediately, and then turn to 77. So going to 16. There we go. And then we're going to turn to 177. Alright, let's do this. Alright. If the first orc is invisible, you must subtract 2 from your attack strength when fighting him. Yeah, so if you'd wasted time eating provisions or doing something else, one of the orcs would have been invisible because you would have wasted time. If you burst in there, it stops him from using the potion, and that's why we can get it. You know, if the first orc is invisible, you must subtract 2 from your attack strength when fighting him. As you confront the second orc, he draws his sword to defend himself, leaving the robed man cowering on the floor. You must fight the orcs together. Okay, so we have to roll attack strength for both of them, and then we have to roll. Then we have to roll for us. We have to beat both of their attack strengths. If even one of them wins, then we lose the stamina points. I think that's how it works anyway. Let's have a quick check. 177 battles. More than one creature. Here we go. So if any opponents is higher than any of the opponents, you must proceed to step 5. Yeah, so you don't get double hits just because there's 2 of them. You know, it only counts for 1 of them. It just means that you have to beat 2 attack strengths instead of 1. Okay, so first great orc, second great orc. Let's do it. Let's do this. Okay, so first great orc and second. They're both 8/7, aren't they? And second great orc. He was a great orc, a fantastic orc. Right, let's do this. Okay, so we have to fight. We have to fight them together. Remember, our skill is 11, so we have to roll for the first one, then the second one, and then us. And if any of them are higher than our one, then they win. But we have to beat both of them, so we can't just beat one of them and attack one of them. We have to beat both of them and then we have to choose which one we attack. That's how this fight works. It's a bit harder than fighting them one at a time. That's the whole point. Anyway, so skill 8 for both of them. Here we go. Okay, 4. That's 12. Next one, that's 14. So I'll just put 12 and 14 in there. That's it. And now we have to beat 14 at least in order to attack one of them. Okay, I think that's how it works anyway. Let's go back to the start. If you have the highest action, and you may choose which of your opponents you have struck here. You may choose, so it doesn't matter which one you choose, as long as you do choose one. But you have to beat both of them. That's the whole point. Okay, so now we're doing us. So 11 plus 5 is 16. So, yeah, we beat both of them. So our one is 16. Let's put 16 on both of them, but we choose to attack this one as well. Doesn't make any difference. They're both the same, aren't they? It's best to go for one at a time. Otherwise, you'll just prolong having 2. You want to get it down to one. You want to get it down to 1 ASAP, really, because this makes it harder. Anyway, so he gets a 9. That's 17. He gets a 2. That's 10. So 17 and 10. So I need to beat 17. And I get a 5, that's 16, brilliant. So I get attacked. So even though I beat that one, the second one, I still get attacked because I have to beat both of them. So that puts me down to 14. That's just how this works, I'm afraid. Okay, so where are we now? Okay, so he gets an 8, that's 15. He gets a 9, that's 17. Wait a minute. No, 8 plus 8, no, 16. Sorry, yeah, not 15. 16 and 17. Can't count today. 16 and 17. And then now we're doing me. I need to get more than 17 again. I get a 4. That's 15. So I lose again. Brilliant. So we're down to 12 now. If I lose this fight, I'll have to start it again and assume that, and pretend it never happened. Just start the whole fight again. Okay, here we go. He gets a 3, that's 11. He gets a 7, that's 15. So 11 and 15. So 11 and 15. Okay, so now I need to beat 15 at the very minimum. He gets, I get a 7, that's 18, that's brilliant. So I get 18, and that means I've won this attack round, but I have to choose which one to fight. I can't hit both of them. So let's put it down to 3. Let's put this one down to 3. Obviously you want to choose the one you've attacked most. So he's down to 3. Let's do it again. Okay, so he gets a 6, that's 14, and he gets a 7, that's 15. So 14 and 15, not too bad. So 14 and 15. I need to beat 15 minimum, so I need at least a dice roll of 5. And I get a 12, that's really good, so that's 23. So that's on 23 now. And I'll put this one down to 1. I won't use any luck because luck is precious. I don't have much of it, even though I put my maximum up. So he's down to 1. So I just need one more hit on him, and then he's finished. And it's just a normal fight, which shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so he gets an 11. That's 19. 19 and 14. Okay, this is going to be quite a difficult one, I think. So 19 and 14. Okay, so I need a dice roll of at least 9 to beat this, really. Oh, brilliant, I did. Wow, I didn't expect that. I get a 10, that's 21. Yeah, I needed 9 to be, yeah, so I get 21. So 21 there, 21 there. Good, that's quite lucky, actually. So he's down to 0, and now we're fighting a normal battle against this one. So I don't have to beat both of them. Okay, so he gets an 8, that's 16. I get a 10, that's 21. So 16 to 21. And he's down to 5. Okay, this is going well. He gets an 8, that's 16. I get a 7, that's 18. So 16 to 18. I have the skill advantage, of course. So he's down to 3. Okay, so far so good. He gets a 7, that's 15. I get a 7, that's 18. So 15 to 18. Yeah, you don't like that, do you, Mr. Orc? Right. And then lastly, hopefully, he gets 4, that's 12. I get 4, that's 15. Excellent. So 12 to 15, and I win. So both orcs dead, and not much health lost either. So pretty good. Let's get rid of the buzzing and move on. Okay, so we fought the orcs together, and okay, if you win, you can take 1 gold piece and some food from the orcs, add 1 to your provisions. Okay, let's take the gold piece. Let's take the gold piece. Okay, gold is now up to, I sold all the stuff, didn't I? Yeah. So gold is now up to 17. We have another gold piece. And then we also have some more provisions, so let's put the provisions up to 11 because we add 1. Brilliant, that's quite good. The old healer, that's who he is apparently. Didn't say he was a healer, but apparently he is an old healer. The old healer explains that he was imprisoned and forced to use his curative arts on the orcs if they ever suffered injuries. He is deeply grateful to you and declares that he will use his healing energies to help restore your stamina to its initial level. Oh, thank you. Blimey, brilliant. I will do. Stamina 24. Fantastic. Brilliant. Thank you, Mr. Healer. The healer can also cure any one form of plague you may have, but only one. I don't have any plague, that's okay. He tells you that his old mentor, the great healer Zakurulm, is imprisoned. I'll say that again. The great healer Zakurulm, this is stupid. Zakurulm. This is probably the worst name to call someone. It's virtually unpronounceable. The great healer Zakurulm, there we go, is imprisoned on the next floor above by the orc chieftain Thulu. Thulu has a great guard of crown zombies and mutant orcs about him. If you can destroy that terrible force, however, not again, Zakurulm would certainly help you. If you are Braxus, turn to 201, otherwise the old man says that now he wants to leave Castle Argent and help the handful of wretched souls attacked by orcs on Tower Island, so you allow him to go. Now it is time to search elsewhere. You leave the temple and head west to the end of the passageway, where it turns north, turn to 357. Okay, so we need to write down that Zagor is imprisoned in the floor above by Orc Chieftain Thulu. So let's write that down. Where should we write this? Let's write it here. Okay, so I copied and pasted it from another thing, so I don't have to type that type that awful name out. Is imprisoned in the floor above by Orc Chieftain Thulu. There we go, brilliant. I just put the healer. Whoops. Right, so that's sorted. Okay, so we're turning back to 357 now. Here we go. We don't have to read this one again because we've already read it. It's just going back because we've already explored. Blah blah blah. Oh, yeah, that was him, wasn't it? Oh, bit of blackness, bit of fighting fantasy oblivion. The PDF is a bit dodgy there. Right, I don't think it's taken out any pages. It's just sort of filled it with black for some reason in between pages. Anyway, so now we are going to go to the where are we going now? Let me just read this. Western. Okay, just excuse me for one moment. I apologise. Okay, I apologise for that. I thought I'd lost my way, but I hadn't. I was just slightly confused. Okay, we're going to take the second door on our left. So we're going to turn to 28. It's very easy to get lost in this place, and one's notes have to be really well written. Anyway, here we are. Okay, behind the door lies an otherwise empty chamber with two huge guards in it. They jerk stiffly out of their frozen postures as you enter. They are zombies of a kind. In addition to their blackened chainmail and long swords, they wear ebony black circlets on their heads. You can attack them normally, or you can try to make a specific strike at the head. If you wish to do the latter in any attack round, you must subtract 3 from your attack strength because it is hard to target such a specific small area. However, if you do make a successful head strike, you knock off the circlet and the great crown zombie will lose 2 points from its skill and 6 points from its stamina instantly. Backed up in the doorway, you can fight the monsters here one at a time. Okay, so we're going to go for the circlet again. So first Great Crown Zombie, second Great Crown Zombie, 8-12, both, okay. Right. I'll just copy and paste that. There we go. Okay, 8-12, wasn't it? And again, need another space there, and a return rather, the paragraph, whatever. 8-12, and yes, I know I have to, whoops, write in second here. Okay, so are we fighting them one at a time? Yep, you can fight the monsters here one at a time. Okay, so we're going after the circlets again, and this time we can subtract 6 points from the stamina instead of 4 like last time. I think it was 4 last time, maybe second guess myself. But we have to subtract 3 from our attack strength in order to do that. So we have to, of course, you have to decide to do it immediately. Anyway, so our skill is 11, like always. Okay, so we'll roll for him, then we'll subtract 3 from ours. So it's 8, and he gets... okay, he gets 19. I get 3. Well, naught then, because I've already subtracted 3. So 19 and 11. So that was good. Okay. At least the health was put back to maximum, so it shouldn't be too bad. Right, let's try for the circlets again. Okay, he gets a 6. That's 14. Let's write that down because I think that number might be quite good. And I get something good. 11 again because I subtract 3. Brilliant. Right, okay, down to 20. It'll be worth it once I get the circlets off, don't worry. Right, okay, let's try this again. Okay, he gets a 6. That's 14 again. Lots of battles in this video. And I get a 6. That's 17. Minus 3 is 14, so it's a draw, unfortunately. I didn't actually beat him, so I don't knock his circlet off. Let's try that again. Yeah. Okay, it's 18 for him. And I get an 8. That's 19 to 16. This is not going well, is it? So 16. Okay, I'm going to try one more time for the circlet, and if I don't do it, I'm going to give up because I can't keep losing this. Okay, so he gets a 5. That's quite good. That's 13. That's quite good. I like that. Okay. And he gets, I get a 7. That's 18. Minus 3 is 15. Good, I actually knocked the thick. Oh no, you got 15 as well. Wait a minute. Didn't he get 13? He got 5, didn't he? Why did I write down 15? He got 13. He got 8 plus 5, which is 13, didn't he? So I got 15, because 18 minus 3 is... 18 minus 3 is... it's 15. I'm going to stop the video and replay it, and I'll come back just to prove that, because I'm not sure now. I'll be back in just a mo. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just checked the video, and yes, I did write 15 down instead of 13. It was definitely 5. No idea why I did that. I said 13, and then I typed in 15. That's just stupid. Anyway, so regardless, I've definitely won that attack round. So I get to take 6 off his. I get to take 6 off his health and put his skill down to 6. So that was successful. Right, now let's finish this first crown zombie. Okay, he gets an 11. That's 17 because it's added to 16 now. And then I get a 9. That's 20. So good. So it's worth getting the circlet off. Okay, let's do that again. He gets a 3. That's 9. 9 to 16. I win. It's down to 2. I'll have the misery of the circlet thing again in a minute. Okay, he gets a 6. That's 12. I get a 2. That's 13. Blimey, that was close. 12 to 13. But yeah, I wouldn't have won that had I not gotten the circlet off. Anyway, he's dead. He's down to 0. Right, now for the second one. Let's do the circlet nonsense again. Okay, so he gets a 9. That's 17. I get a 10. That's 21. 18. Wow. Good, that was first time. Okay, he gets a 17. 9 plus 8 is... alright, yeah. 8 plus 9 is 17. And I got a 10. 10 plus 11 is 21. Minus the 3, because the circlet nonsense, is 18. So I still win that just. Good, I managed to knock off the circlet instantly this time. Take 6 off his health and 2 off his skill. There we go, brilliant. This should be a doddle now. You get 6, that's 12. 12 to 19, good. Down to 4. Okay, 9, that's 15. And I get 19 again, so 15 to 19. 11 plus 8 is 19. Did I actually take the health off? No, I didn't. That was the first one. I took that off. That took the next 2 off. Yeah, I didn't take another load of health off. Yeah, that was the 18 to 17. That took him down to 6. The 19 to 12 took him down to 4. The 19 to 15 took him down to 2. I didn't like the health reduction. Anyway, so he gets an 11. That's 17. I get 10. That's 21. So 17 to 21. If only all the world's problems could be solved with dice. Okay, brilliant. That's the end of the 2 great crown zombies. Get rid of the buzzing. I said get rid of the buzzing. Thank you. Okay, if you win, there's a door in the west wall opposite you. You can open it, turn to 234. Leave this room. You can open it, turn to 234. Leave this room and open a door with the grill outside, turn to 51. Or head back north along the passage outside to explore an area you haven't entered before, turn to 357. Okay, we're going to open the door in the west wall opposite. Yeah. So we're going to turn to 234. Here we go. You have found the final guardians of the entrance to the great castle level above. In this chamber you stand with your back to a door in the east wall and ahead of you across the room. What? Let me read that again. You have found the final guardians of the entrance to the great castle level above. In this chamber you stand with your back to a door in the east wall and ahead of you. And ahead of you across the room is a great spiralling stone stairway leading across a deep fiery chasm up to a landing far above you. Fortunately for you, skeleton warriors are the only guards here. You can fight them one at a time here. First skeleton warrior, second skeleton warrior, 8888. Okay, so now we have to fight skeleton warriors. Fantastic. Okay. And I've run out of things. Okay. First skeleton warrior. It's almost like my YouTube username. Interesting. Almost fighting myself. Don't need that, do I? 8. Let's just copy and paste all this, and I can just 1, 2, 3. No, a bit more. There we go. And just put second there because they're identical, aren't they? Okay, so let's do it. I'm fighting them one at a time. Okay, so he gets a 5, that's 13. I get a 2, that's 13. So 13, 13, start off with. That's pretty odd, but no one gets hurt. Everything's lovely. Right. He gets a 3, that's 11. I get a 3, that's 14. Okay, so 11 to 14. We're fighting them one at a time, so don't have to worry about anything else. Okay, next, he gets a 6, that's 14. I get a 1, that's 12. So 14 to 12, he wins. Lots and lots of battles in this video. Puts me down to 16. Need another healer now. Okay, next one. He gets a 5, that's 13. What is this one? I keep getting 1. 13 to 12, so he wins again, because I keep getting 1 for some reason. No idea why. Not amused, to quote Queen Victoria, or to paraphrase Queen Victoria. We are not amused. Anyway, next. Okay, good job on fighting them one at a time. These scores are terrible. He gets a 5, that's 13. Okay, now it's taken the mickey. I just realised I'm only using 1 dice. Okay, I apologise for that. I'm only using 1 die, rather. Okay, I'm going to start this fight again, because that was a little bit stupid of me, wasn't it? I apologise for that. That was a low point for me. Okay, we started on 18, didn't we? So let's start that again and just pretend that never happened, because that was extremely retarded of me. Yes, why do I keep getting 1 and 3? Yes. What are the odds? Alright, let's do this again. I should... A part of me wants to edit that out, but, you know, it does make for an entertaining laugh. If you can't laugh at yourself, what can you do? Right, okay, let's start this again. I'm tired. I woke up early this morning and couldn't get back to sleep. That's my excuse. Anyway, right, let's start again. Okay, he gets a 7. That's 15. I get an 8. That's 19. Okay, here we go. That's better. Okay, 15 to 19. Now we're on to a better start. I should have kept my actually as a punishment for being stupid. I'm gonna keep the stamina score that I made a mistake with, because I deserve that. I deserve that for being stupid. I'm gonna keep it at 14 because that was just stupid of me. I deserve that punishment. Yeah, so I'm going to keep it down to 14, you know. Anyway, so yeah, so that's some health taken off him. Right, let's keep going. Because it was down to 14, wasn't I? Because I quote-unquote lost 2 attack rounds there. Okay, he gets a 10, that's 18. I get 8, that's 19. So 18 to 19. Brilliant. He's down to 4 now. Okay, he gets a 7, that's 15. I get an 8, that's 19. So 15 to 19. 19 is my lucky number for the day. It is a prime number, so it is a bit weird. Right, he gets a 12, that's 20. I get a 5, that's 16. So 20 to 16. And he gets the last laugh because he takes me down a bit. There we go. Let's go on to a new line. Alright, so he gets a 5, that's 13. I get a 10, that's 21. So 13 to 21. And he is dead. And he's laughing at me from beyond the grave, even though he's a skeleton, because I was stupid enough only to roll 1 die. And I stupidly said 1 dice as well, which is not like me, because it's 1 die, 2 dice. Anyway, on to the next skeleton warrior. Okay, he gets a 6, that's 14. I get a 6, that's 17. So 14 to 17. Yeah, lots of battles in this video. That's my excuse for being stupid, and I'm tired. Anyway, he gets a 9. 8 plus 9 is 17. I get an 8. That's 19 again. So 17 to 19. Really glad I got that skill boost. Okay, he gets a 6, that's 14. I get a 7, that's 18. So 14 to 18. He's down to 2. Nearly a bloodless, rather bloodless for me. Well, bloodless for him as well, because he is a skeleton. Unless you count bone marrow. Does bone marrow count? I suppose it would. Yeah, anyway, so I'm about to defeat him without losing any stamina, which is quite good. I think, anyway. Is that true? Yes it is. Okay, anyway, so he gets a 7, that's 15. I get an 8, that's 19. Again, 19 is my lucky number. 15 to 19, and he is dead. Okay, brilliant. Right, let's end Mr. Skeleton Warrior. Get rid of the buzzing. I said get rid of the buzzing, thank you. Okay, if you win and you are ready to ascend the stone stairway, turn to 298. If you want to visit some area of the castle's lowest level before setting off upwards, go instead to the southern end of the passageway outside this room, turn to 357. Okay, we're ready to ascend. Here we go, so 298. We have done everything possible to do that is good to do before ascending. A great stone stairway rises in front of you, giving access to the main level of the castle above, and bringing you closer to the great tower where Zagor lies. As you cross a stone bridge, you feel strong magical energies playing round you. You regain 4 points of stamina, 1 point of luck, and 1 magic point. Okay, let's do this. Okay, 4 points of stamina. Let's put that up, so it puts us up to 16. That's quite nice. Luck is already at maximum. Magic point is at maximum. I can't really do that because it's not a magic ring. Because new magic is 9 and luck is already at maximum, so that's all I can do really. Feeling invigorated and refreshed, you open the door at the top of the stairway and stride across an empty chamber to another door in the far wall. You open it, turn to 399. Okay, 399, here we go. Fiddle-dee-dee, here we go. You are standing at a junction of passages. One runs east and west, and one runs east and west to your right and left, respectively. That's east and west. If you're facing north, then you east and west will be right and left, respectively. Another, leading northwards, is straight in front of you. You are looking towards the north, with the door to the entrance chamber at your back. The corridor in front of you runs for some 15 yards, then it meets a very extensive east-west passageway, the walls of which bear plaques showing the etched figures of hunting birds. This is the passage of hawks. To your right there are 2 doors on the south side of the passage, which then turns to the north. At this point there is a door facing westwards. To your left there is a single door, again on the south side of the corridor, which then turns northwards. I'm lost already. All the passages here are lit by dim torches. They give out a faint magical light which grows weaker with the passing years, but which is sufficient for you to see by. You should explore an area you haven't entered before. Will you... I'm starting to see a pattern in this book. It's just go to the next floor, and then explore, and then go to a new floor, and then explore. Okay, so we are going to open the second door to our right. So turn to 337. And you'll see why it's a good door just in a moment. This door has a small green crystalline lock, and the only way to open it is to use a green crystal key. If you have such a key, you know the name of the man from whom you took it. Convert his name to a number using the formula A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, blah blah blah, and so on. Then add the numbers corresponding to the letters in the name and finally double that total. Turn to the paragraph with that number. If you don't have this key, you must search elsewhere. Turn to 399. Okay, do we have a green crystalline key? Green pendant key. Is that the one? Let me just search for crystal. Nope, it's done. Annoying. Right. Cannot find crystal. Okay, let's try again. Nope. I can't remember from whom I took it, but it just says green pendant key. Did I write? Oh yeah, here we are. Yeah, the merchant's name. That's it. Yeah, the merchant's name is Colster. Okay, so let's add the letters in his name. Oh, this is one of these again. All right, let's do this. Right. Okay, so it's 3, and then we have to double it. Plus O is 15. Plus H is E is 5. F is 6. G is 7. H is 8. Okay, 8. S is... O is 15, P is 16, Q is 17, R is 18, S is 19. Okay, so plus 19. T would have to be 20, wouldn't it? Yeah. U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Yeah. 6 after T, so it's 20. 126 letters in the alphabet. U would have to be 21, wouldn't it? It's after T. R is 18. It's 2 before 20, plus 18. And then finally plus the E, which is 5. Okay, so 3 plus 15, 18, 26, 36, 45, 65, 86, 96, 104, 114, 122, 127. Double that, 127 is 254. So we should get 254. 127 and 127 times 2 equals 254. There we go. Okay, so 254. Finally double that total, 254. You slip the key into the lock and the door swings open soundlessly. In a long hall-like chamber, left untouched by the castle's evil denizens, a row of priests recline, embalmed after their deaths, in a row of crystal caskets. Silk and velvet wall hangings are draped around the walls, and symbols of the good gods of Amaryllia are inscribed everywhere. Closing the door behind you, you inspect the bodies more closely. One of them is holding an ornate silver staff, and his hands are resting on a golden sphere at its end. while another has a silver signet ring set with an amethyst on his right hand. A third carries a small wooden box set with mother-of-pearl fastenings. All these items look valuable, but are you willing to take from the dead? If you are not, search elsewhere, turn to 399. Otherwise, if you open one of the caskets to take an item, will this be the silvered staff? Turn to 309. The silver ring, turn to 285. Or the wooden box, turn to 80. Okay, we're going to open the casket with the wooden box, turn to 80. Oh, there's Mr. Humongous there again. There he is, lovely. Okay, you open the casket gently, whispering the hope that the priest is resting well in death, and you take the wooden box from his fingers. A feeling of peacefulness comes over you. You feel refreshed. Regain 2 stamina points and 1 luck point. Brilliant. Don't need the luck, of course, but I will take the stamina. Okay, so we're up to 18 stamina now. Only 6 away from our maximum. The box itself feels as if in some way it might help you regain lost strength and vitality, and you open it to find 4 gems inside: a sapphire, a topaz, an emerald, and a ruby. Now will you leave and explore elsewhere? Turn to 399. Open the casket with the silver staff. Turn to 309. Open the casket with the silver ring. Turn to 285. It didn't say silvered staff, it said silver staff this time. Anyway, so we have a sapphire, topaz, emerald, and ruby. Okay, so sapphire, topaz, emerald, and ruby. Okay, so now we are going to open the casket with the silver ring. So turn to 285. As you open the casket, a sudden gust of foul-smelling wind blows through the room. The chaotic and evil magic of Zagor has been drawn to the body of the priest, and in a matter of seconds the body decomposes and begins to crawl with maggots. Horribly, the corrupted corpse then sits bolt upright, and its lividly glowing eyeballs glare at you as it reaches out with skeletal hands to strangle you. If you want to flee, you can test your skill. If you are successful, you can run before you can come to harm. So turn to 399 to explore elsewhere. If you fail, or if you choose to fight, turn to 50. Okay, so we're going to fight, so we're going to turn to 50. This will be the last battle of this video. You had better overcome this plague zombie swiftly. If it strikes you, you will contract a terrible malady indeed. Plague zombie, skill 7, stamina 6. Okay, plague zombie. Need to write all this nonsense again, don't I? Whoops, there we go. Okay, what was it? It was skill 7, stamina 6. Right, okay, here we go. And we're off. Right, okay, so he gets a 4, that's 11. I get a 7, that's 18. 11 to 18. That means I win. It's down to 4. Okay, he gets a 5, that's 12. I get a 4, that's 15. 12 to 15. That puts him down to 2. Nearly forgot to do it again. Right, one more hit, hopefully. He gets a 6, that's 13. I get a 9, that's 20. Brilliant. 13 to 20. Good, he didn't hurt me. And he's dead. Good. Goodbye, Mr. Plague Zombie, because you're disgusting. Right. Okay, if you win, you can take the silver ring. It is a ring of true sight, allowing you to see through certain illusions. Make a note of this paragraph number on your adventure sheet. Okay. Ring of true sight, paragraph number 50. That's what I wrote. Okay. I just put sees through illusions. Okay, brilliant. Pardon me. Okay, brilliant. Couldn't talk then for a sec. I think there was something in my throat. Okay. However, if the plague zombie struck you even once, you now have undead plague. This means that you may yourself change into one of the undead at any time. Each time you enter a room you haven't explored before, you must roll 2 dice. If you roll a total of 11 or 12, you will become transformed, and your adventure will end in a fate literally worse than death. Yeah, 11 and 12. That's 1 out of 36 plus 2 out of 36, 3 out of 36, which is 1 out of 12 probability. Every time you go into a new paragraph, you have 1 out of 12 probability of ending your adventure, which is really shit. Pardon my language, but terrible. You'll become transformed, and your adventure will end in a fate literally worse than death. Only a healer or the use of plague antidote will cure you of this. Now you may leave this room or open one of the other caskets which you have as yet left unexplored. So will you leave and explore elsewhere? Turn to 399. Open the casket with the silver staff. Turn to 309. Open the casket with the wooden box. Turn to 80. Okay. Yeah. So if I had gotten the plague, I would have just used the plague antidote. That's why I bought it. Vial of plague antidote, so that's why it's handy, because that's a terrible situation to be in. Every single paragraph you get 1 out of 12 chance of dying effectively. Yeah, so now we're going to leave and explore elsewhere. So turn to 399. Okay, so what are we doing now? I'll do one more. I'll go to the next paragraph, then I'll end the video. We're going to open the door at the far right. So turn to 73. Okay, opening a door with axe blows etched deep into the wood, you find yourself in the old hall of dwarfs of the castle, where an elite phalanx of dwarfish warriors once served the kings. The orcs have trashed this room very thoroughly, littered bones around the floor, and skeletons suspended from the oak ceiling beams show what happened to the dwarfs here. Test your spot skill. If you are stubble, you must add 1 to the total rolled. You are so furious at what you see here that it isn't easy to concentrate. If you are successful, turn to 122. If you fail, you leave this room. You can head along either the western passage outside, turn to 399, or the northern passage, turn to 139. Okay, so we need to test our spot skill. There was something about that, wasn't there? Subtract 2 from dice roll. Yeah, because that's because we're Salazar. Okay, so we need to roll 2 dice, and it needs to be less than or equal to 11, and then we need to subtract 2 from that. It needs to be we just roll 2 dice and the total subtract 2 from it because we're Salazar, and that needs to be less than or equal to 11. So pretty much guaranteed that, really. So 6 minus 2 is 4, and that's less than or equal to 11. So we were successful. And I can't resist just seeing what is. I can't resist seeing what's in here. Turn to 122. You find a panel in the east wall which is not quite flush with the main stonework. A secret door. If you want to open it, turn to 164. If you decide not to, you leave and can follow either the west passage, turn to 399, or the north passage, turn to 139. Okay, we're going to turn to 164, of course, but that is the end of the video. We shall find what's in the secret passage in the next video. So thank you for watching. It's been quite a long video. I think it's about over an hour or something like that. I don't know, because I had to stop the video. I'll have to put it back together again. I'll have to edit it and put it back together again because I had to check a few things, didn't I? Anyway, yeah, so I'll quickly write down that we're on paragraph 122. This adventure sheet's a mess, blimey. Okay, but I think we're in a good situation. We have good stamina, good skill, loads of luck, loads of magic, loads of provisions, lots of stuff and everything. We've managed to fight off a lot of baddies in this video. So I hope you enjoyed all the dice rolls and everything. I didn't lose once, amazingly. Yeah, so next paragraph will be 122. I hope you'll join me for the next video and we'll find out what's in the secret door. So thank you for watching and goodbye.